Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans for the fans. And I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here to talk about WWE Backlash. I don't know what to say about this show. There's only so much you can say about this show. Let me turn this fan off that's next to me here. It was warm earlier, but not now. There it is. All right. Let's talk about this. If you guys are in the chat, I'll be using Animals07 as the name if you guys want to talk in there. All right. Let's get into this. The first match we have on this show is Ruby Riott versus Bayley. And decent match. I liked it overall. What it proved to me is two things. Number one, Bayley is still a good wrestler, but the feud with Sasha Banks is taking way too long to get to the next level. And I don't know what WWE is waiting for. And the second thing was Ruby Riott is very talented. I've seen her cut great promos, and now I've seen a few good matches from her. Ruby Riott was the talent who deserved to go over in this match, and I think Ruby Riott is someone you need to keep your eye out on in the future. So good match by Ruby Riott and Bayley here. That one I graded a C+, and all of these will be in the description box as well. Next, we have The Miz versus Seth Rollins in the opening bout of the official card for Backlash. I have some good notes here for this. Earlier before, I don't know if it was on the pre-show or right in the beginning of the show, The Miz tried to get back with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, The Miz Taraj, and they were unfortunately unsuccessful. They did not want to still go back with The Miz. They felt like it was their time. Ain't looking like it, though. The fans are really behind Seth Rollins, I noticed during his entrance. People love this guy. And I feel like ever since that knee injury he had, he's finally got his mojo back. Like, he's got everyone behind him. He's able to perform his moves again like he once did. Rollins is on a roll. Now, this match was phenomenal. They had a lot of good back and forth action here. And normally, now this match I considered a layup when I did my podcast about it when I was doing the preview and predictions for it. And man, like when you see that skull crushing finale, the first one I was like, oh, he's kicking out probably. He kicked out. But the second one I almost thought, I'm like, are they going to let Miz win the title here? And they got me. So kudos to Miz and Seth Rollins for that, at least. And this was a good match. And this match is getting my stamp of match of the night. I gave this an A- for how good it was. And the match ends with Seth Rollins hitting a curb stomp on the Miz. Next, we get to Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Match was a little sloppy in some parts, but whatever. What are you going to expect? I like that sometimes in matches because it makes it seem more like a real fight. But in this match, there were points of like people look lost on where to go, what to do. We got to change this because this happened. Nia Jax gets the win in what I consider a pretty basic match, what you would expect from these two. And good to see Nia still hold the championship, but I gave this a C. Next match for the United States Championship, we have Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. And I'm sorry, before I get to that, Nia Jax promo after the match. WWE cut the sappy crap. Like, nobody wanted to hear that with Nia. No, and no offense. It's just the bully stuff. It's old now at this point. Okay, she beat Alexa. Great. I don't need to hear any of that other stuff. So, Nia Jax picked up the win. Good for her. Back to Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy. I did like in this match something I called on the podcast, which was Jeff Hardy going for the twist of fate with that Royal Rumble 2008 ending and then Randy teasing the RKO. Perfectly played. But this match felt kind of meh. It left some stuff to be desired. Not that both men did bad. Not that they did really anything different or good. It was what I expected. This match I also gave a C2. I thought it could have been a little bit better. One thing that I was very interested in was the match with Elias. Or I'm sorry, not the match, the segment with Elias, where Elias was out there to play his guitar, and we had several people interrupt from New Day to Rusev Day, and this was a great way to get everybody on the card. Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews and Dana Brooke. No Way Jose came out, and Bobby Roode, and this advanced the storyline feud between Elias and Bobby Roode, and they have Bobby Roode twerking and all types of stuff. I gave this a B only because this was fun, and you could tell the audience had fun with it. And that's the main key thing when you're watching wrestling. Like, you need to enjoy moments like that. And I gave that a B for the segment. Next, Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. I expected this match to be a little bit better than what it was. Daniel Bryan took a lot of the beating in this match. They had Big Cass play the overbearing big bully throughout the match. And Cass, I think, can learn a lot if he continues to work with Bryan, which looks like where the program is heading. That's what I expect to see. So after this match, they basically got into a lot of, how do I want to put this? I'm sorry. This is still during the finish. The finish comes when Daniel Bryan puts him in the yes lock. And I thought it was pretty cool that he was trying to block it. There were some awkward moments where there were botches and mistakes. And he ends up like clubbing Cass in the head and then locking him in the yes lock. And Daniel Bryan gets the victory via tap out. The fans chant, "You tap out" at Big Cass. And after the match, he gets into the ring and literally beats the hell out of Daniel Bryan. Nothing that we haven't seen before. But I was disappointed with this match overall and the progression in it. Like I said, everyone's clamoring for the Daniel Bryan versus Miz feud. And more on that a little bit later. Daniel Bryan gets the win. I gave that a C+. Charlotte versus Carmella. Man. This just shows my frustration with them right now. Charlotte versus Carmella. This match was not good. Charlotte did her best in this match to make Carmella look good. And Carmella, to me, part of it was she was very annoying in this match with her screaming and everything else. And I get she's a heel and that's what she's supposed to do, but it's overbearing at this point with some of the stuff she's doing. The finish comes with Charlotte landing on her feet after a moonsault that she was going to hit, and Carmella moved, and then she supposedly hurt her knee. Carmella kicks her knee and then rolls her up. No struggle, not like Charlotte was trying to move her legs to kick out or nothing. And that's the end of the match. And I can't even tell you what else happened before that. That was good. D+. Freaking awful, in my opinion, to see that happen. I don't know what else they could do to make this better. Carmella being champion is going to be a struggle for her if they don't figure out at least how to propel her or put her in the ring with someone that she could do some really good work with. Next, you would think this match was going to main event, like I said when I was doing the preview show. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship was placed next. Shinsuke Nakamura looks like he's having fun. AJ Styles comes out, does his usual entrance. This match was really good, and it started getting really good. There were some brutal things in it. Nakamura getting ready to go for the Kinshasa. AJ Styles threw a chair, very Sabu-like, into Nakamura's knee, and it ricocheted off of his knee and cut AJ right across his face. I couldn't believe it. I thought he was going to have a mouse from it instead, but he started bleeding from his cheek. And good match. They went back and forth once again. And I don't get it, man. Like, why would you do another ending like you did in this? And when you guys see it, you'll get to see the actual photo of the ending. And that's going to be the picture for this video. But it ends in a double low blow, and neither guy can get to their feet. And to me, I don't get why we would even have something like that happen. Why on earth would we do that? To me, makes zero sense. And I'm going to just put this picture up because I don't get it, dude. What happened in this match for for them to think that a draw was okay again. Basically, WrestleMania, we had it. I got it. Nakamura turned heel, whatever. Greatest Royal Rumble, we have a double count out. Why would the GM or whoever made this match on SmackDown Live not make sure that there was no way to have a double count out, a double elimination, anything else like that? It should have been no count outs, no DQs. There must be a winner. Instead, we get this. The draw in the ending kind of killed it for me in the end. I'm going to give this a B+ based on the in-ring work. The storytelling still makes sense to an extent, but horrible finish again. That is the theme of tonight's show, is just horrible finishes. We get to the tag team match. We have Lashley and Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, with this match, I gave it a C. Like, what were they thinking during this match? And hold on, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. What was WWE thinking doing during this match? Like, why are Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fighting again? What are they arguing about? They knew they were going to be a tag team. And I don't know if they're trying to do this whole they're buddies one moment, then they're buddies the next minute, and then they're not, then they are, then they come together for an evil plan. I don't get it. And you knew they were being fed to Lashley and Braun Strowman. This show was very predictable. I get it. A lot of these matches were just to wrap up feuds that were already going on. Whatever. Not a problem. But Lashley and Braun, I'd rather see these two fight at this point. KO and Sami Zayn, I don't know where they're going to go from this point. Lashley and Braun get the victory. I don't remember who they pinned. They were going back and forth in the ring, throwing each other in. I think it was Kevin Owens, if I'm not mistaken. Both hit their finisher. Actually, I'm sorry. Lashley hit the, I don't know what you want to call it, the vertical brain buster or suplex, whatever they're trying to make it, and he got the victory. Like I said, WWE, put Lashley or Braun in the spot to be the guy to fight Lesnar next. If that's what you want, do it, please. Lashley and Braun get the win. Right team went over. I would have had KO and Zayn get some heat, but whatever. I gave that a C. After the match, they all got beat up, and Lashley and Braun celebrated. Now, at this point, the night started getting a little bit boring to some of the fans, and according to people on Twitter, the fans started getting up, leaving. I heard chants of CM Punk during this main event match. I heard chants of beat the traffic. And I guess some fans were caught telling their children, it's a school night, let's get out of here. Nothing else is going to happen. Take it for what you want. Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. In this match, Samoa Joe looked like a complete beast. Samoa Joe was the man. He was slamming Roman Reigns through tables. He was beating the hell out of him, giving him uranagis, did whatever he had to do. I loved it. Joe dominated, and I thought they could have even ended the match beforehand, like a pre-match beatdown. Joe looked strong, doesn't really hurt Roman. Boom, perfect. Is that what we got? No. And the match still had some cool spots, but man, killing me. So, Roman Reigns picks up the win in this match. I'll tell you that now. And I thought they missed the opportunity to do something with Roman Reigns and tell a story as far as him going heel. I don't know. I just hate when they miss these opportunities to tell a good story or change somebody, turn them heel. Samoa Joe did not come off any better in this match. And I think he's better than what he was treated in this match. And Joe should be one of the main players on the SmackDown brand for his promo work and his in-ring work. Roman Reigns, I don't hate Roman Reigns. I will argue sometimes with people that crap on Roman Reigns for different reasons. But they got to do something different with this guy. The people aren't reacting. You have to do something different. If you would have turned him heel 2 years ago, you would have fixed probably half these problems. But you didn't. Now we're here. If Roman Reigns is going to fight Lesnar again, put the belt on him if that's what you're going to do. If that's what you want, do it, WWE. But don't keep playing these games of not giving him the title because it's not making people care. It makes Roman look like a joke, and then he starts beating people all over again. This match ends with Reigns hitting a spear on Samoa Joe. Joe did some cool things in the match if you want to check it out. I like him catching him in a couple coquina clutches. Awesome work. Overall, to talk about this show, I gave it a C- for the whole show grade. And that's me being very generous, I felt, because it was a smidge close to getting a D. A smidge. Because, or I'm sorry, a D plus, I'll say. Because WWE, I don't know what they're doing lately. Like, this was garbage. And I expect better pay-per-views going forward than this. And I know Money in the Bank's coming up next. And it's like their new big five. It's like their new fifth show that's going to be big. And they always deliver in that. Not worried about that. But these B shows that they have to deliver now that you're putting all these things together. Now there's no pay-per-view for a month, so hopefully that gives them time to set up the stories and do what they want. This show was plagued by horrible endings. That also played a factor into these scores. Now, I'm going to give a prediction right now that I've said it several times, and I want people to know that I've said this. I'm calling it right now. For Money in the Bank, I am predicting The Miz to win Money in the Bank this year. He is my prediction to win, and I think that's going to play into a big factor into the Daniel Bryan storyline going down later on this year sometime. Mark my words for it. But guys, what did you think of Backlash? Was it a predictable show? Am I being too harsh on the show? Let me know. If you guys didn't like the show, you can let me know down below. If you guys like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you don't, leave a thumbs down. Also, make sure that you guys check me out on all the social media, Twitter at EPW Show. Follow me on iTunes, Everything Pro Wrestling. When you search it, we're on there. If you want to talk wrestling, feel free. At this point, guys, I'm very disappointed in the Backlash show, and hopefully they can bounce back on Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night Smackdown to make this show better. Other than that, guys, I'm out. I'm off to bed. You guys enjoy the show, and peace.